When someone mentions AI to you, what do you think of? With me, I think about my early experiences as a kid programming video games. There was one game where I wanted the hero to be swarmed by zombies, but the zombies weren't that smart, so I checked out a little game tree book from my local library. I was from a small town. There wasn't much selection on AI back then. Even in the larger cities, there wasn't much selection on AI back then. Not like now where all the resources are available. But I learned how to do game trees and program game trees using BASIC. I wasn't that old. I think about 10 at the time when I was doing that. And I think about that when I talk about AI. What got me into the AI was that it was a puzzle. It involved performance tuning. It involved optimization. And that's probably why I ended up as being a computer engineer and not going the computer science route. That was then. Today I'm a business engineer, and I work with how AI fits within the bigger picture within companies. And there is one thing that I've noticed when dealing with AI on and off for all these years, is that AI follows a specific workflow. And it really doesn't matter which AI it is. May it be the traditional AIs, may it be generative AI and language models. It's all the same process. Here are the 4 typical components of an AI solution. Each component represents a group of activities that are done generally in this flow. You try to focus on flow from left to right to significantly reduce the complexity of the design. The first part, the first component, focuses on identification. Like you want to identify a specific part and have it positioned a certain way, or the identification of a person's face. Assessments are a form of identification. You want to assess a patient when they go into a hospital. You want to assess their likelihood of developing cancer or later stages of cancer. Now, in this stage, in these group of activities, the AI is accurate in its classification, but sometimes it's not accurate. And so you see those red boxes there. Those are things where the AI can go wrong, like false positives, false negatives, maybe things involving people giving the wrong output. But rather than AI reclassifying, re-identifying, reassessing, try to move forward in the process to the next stage of risk mitigation, where you reduce the risk of the AI not behaving the way it should. And if things get too bad with the risk, you can always have that kill switch, that intervention. Generally with risk mitigation, especially in business, it's primarily with things involving laws, regulations, significantly wanting to reduce the level of harm, as in a hospital. Once things are A-OK from a risk mitigation viewpoint, the next group of activities involve the objective of the AI. Why is the AI there in place? Is it there to help increase the value of something, help with generating revenue? Is it there to reduce the costs? I always make it a point to really consider what harms an AI can have and focus on reduction of those harms. This is an engineering thing. Now, a lot of companies, when they have AI, the first thing they think about is litigation. And for good reason, based on what a lot of things you hear in the news about AI. Once the objectives are determined and things are routed according to what objectives need to be met, then there is the delegation piece, where the AI is delegating work, delegating effort. Now, this can be delegating to workers activities or tasks, or providing them with information like notifications, instructions, recommendations. The AI could be redirecting instructions to agents, not smart AI, to do routing and things like that. Or it could be things involving robotics to move a certain way, like robots can move one way when there's no people around and then another way when there's people around. Early on in my career, I almost got my head taken off by a robot. And then there can be AI directing things and work to other AI. And primarily in a lot of businesses, this is directed by the core processes. The technology behind AI really hasn't changed that much for the last few decades. This workflow really hasn't changed either. What has changed is the technologies that support the AI, like heavy data processing, being able to store massive amounts of data and use it. That has changed. And that is why a lot of the AI solutions we have now are even possible, is because of that data processing and being able to hold massive amounts of data. When developing AI solutions, what used to slow us down was the technology, being able to have that heavy processing, and then having the data, the right data being available. That's not much a problem anymore. We got plenty of tech, plenty of options, plenty of data. What the problem is today is skill sets. Having people that know how to work with AI and how to properly design and deliver AI solutions. And it's getting pretty tricky out there to find out who those people are. It is not uncommon where you can talk to people who have PhDs in AI and they don't know the basic fundamental concepts of AI. You see, AI is a significantly big field, and a lot of schools are focusing more on a breadth approach rather than the fundamentals of AI. There's nothing wrong with schools doing the breadth approach. It gives students the ability to go in deeper when needed. It allows graduates to go into your company, take an off-the-shelf AI solution, and have it start working. But we need fundamentals. We need people in our companies to know the fundamentals, because then we can do improvements and we can do further optimizations to make the AI work even better. Everyone is getting those AI solutions, those same AI solutions off the shelf. And so we can't remain competitive unless we can do it better than the other guys. So really consider how you can instill those AI fundamentals within your company. Instill it in your business people, your tech people, and especially your AI people.